All over the world, though especially in Europe, battery and electric vehicle factories are being built at an almost frantic pace to prepare for the wave of demand that has been forecast for the sector, and that is starting to show already. One company that is poised to benefit from this megatrend of electrification is Prospect Resources. We're talking to Managing Director Sam Hosack today to get the latest update. Welcome, Sam.
Thank you very much for having me back, Bjorn.
Sam, it's been a while since we talked, but in the meantime, the sentiment in the battery metals sector has risen so much it almost could not be better. Experts everywhere predicting rapidly rising demand for batteries and electric vehicles. Is that why you decided to go with a staged development approach and a simpler flow sheet at your Lithiumprojekt Arcadia to get into this boom market faster?
Bjorn, good question. It definitely has informed the urgency. We've been working very hard at Arcadia, and a staged approach with a more conventional flow sheet allows for a lower risk entry into the market, a lower capex, and certainly a higher certainty pathway to production. So it's been a very strong message between the board and management to get in control of risk, and this is certainly the optimal pathway for us with the commodity cycle in a clearly demand-driven cycle. So we're working very hard to bring our project forward.
Okay, sounds good. So a bit earlier than before you announced the change in strategy, let's say, your new chairman joined the company. Did he have an influence on this change in strategy, or had you been thinking about that earlier too?
Bjorn, yes, we welcomed non-executive chairman Mark Wheatley to our board, and it's been quite transformational. His experience in the junior mining sector, and in particular the development of junior miners, has been extraordinary. It's been quite transformational. So obviously a big focus on risk and management of risk, and certainty and improving certainty on execution. So a lot of Mark's experience is now on display in our decision making. So we certainly have welcomed Mark Wheatley. You know, it's very strong and clearly communicated leadership from the top has made a big difference for our business. So yes.
Okay, thank you. So as far as I understand, there's a new feasibility study coming up to support the new strategy. Please shortly summarize for our audience who you choose to do this, what the scope of work is, and very importantly, how long it will take.
Yeah, great. Look, we're very excited. We've appointed the optimized feasibility with Lycopodium Minerals. They're based here in Perth. They have a huge presence in Australia and Africa. And they own a business, a wholly owned subsidiary of their business, ADP Marine and Modular in Cape Town, whose experience has been very much in the dense media separation, which is our technology. And so we are, we think we're very well partnered up with Lycopodium. They have a huge amount of credibility in this market. And when you combine that with ADP's modular experience and DMS experience, particularly in the African regions in and around Zimbabwe, we really do feel we've got the right partner. So we look forward to bringing the results of that optimized feasibility into the market in the third quarter of this year. And in particular, we're going to look carefully at the staged approach, which we talked about earlier. But there's a massive opportunity there for optimization. So yeah, the team are working pretty hard on that right now.
Okay. That sounds pretty good. Third quarter isn't that far off anymore. If I understand correctly, a big part of this progress will be the pilot plan that you plan at Arcadia,
yes,
and that you're already working on. So please explain what that is and where you are with building out this pilot plan.
Sure. Well, look, we're still expecting to complete that pilot plant in this quarter before the mid-year. So we're working very hard. We've made a number of updates and certainly look forward to formally bringing that project online. Now, it is modular equipment. The equipment is very similar to the equipment we used in the testing phase of our project during all the technical, shall we say, discovery period. So we're very familiar with the equipment. It is something that we're comfortable operating. And yeah, so our focus with the pilot plant is not only technical, but it's to really demonstrate our capability in the country. With our boots on the ground, we've got an in-country team that are all over the pilot plant right now, getting the site ready, doing the construction work. So yeah, we looking forward to receiving the equipment on site, and as a result of our experience with the same sized equipment, and we're expecting it to come together quite quickly and to ramp up quite swiftly.
Okay, well, good to hear. There's always time frames in the mining industry are always something to worry about, but sounds good so far. On another note, just a couple of days ago, really, Prospect raised about, I think, 6.5 million Australian dollars from sophisticated investors. What was the purpose of that then?
Yeah, Bjorn, look, we've obviously been looking at a number of strategic objectives. One of them was the very accretive Farvik transaction, and been in agreement with Farvik around the terms of this transaction, and that increases our share from 70% to 87% at a project level. So it's very accretive. I think it's a very good deal. And so we took that deal to Canaccord, who led our raise. And yeah, which was, I mean, we're very pleased with the outcome of the raise. It was well supported by our shareholders, in particular our major shareholder. So, and we were able to introduce and welcome new domestic and international institutional investors. So very good for our register, very good for the prospects that in particular around the Farvik transaction. So, you know, obviously development of the funding is going to require some resources and management focus. So again, is application of those funds for that use, and some due diligence, and obviously, yeah, we obviously want to have a strong balance sheet, one that keeps us in a position of strength throughout the period ahead, and some of the negotiations that we're expecting to have around funding. So it was timely. We had some strong demand, and we did that raise, and it completed on time. So again, we're very happy with it, and we welcome all our new shareholders.
Okay, so great to hear that you got support there. I think that brings us pretty much up to speed up to the current point in time. So in your personal opinion, why should investors look at Prospect Resources now at this very moment in time?
Yeah, well, look, we're a fully permitted large-scale project. We are, it's not widely known in the institutional markets, but with our support from Canaccord, we're expecting the understanding of our project and the knowledge and the support for it to widen significantly. So again, it's undervalued and not widely known. And we have a very strong in-country team and in-country capability, which we feel manages the jurisdictional risks. We have obviously the desire to acquire further interest in the project. The Farvik transaction, additional 17%, is going to increase the value at the topco, and we think that'll be a great opportunity for value to be rated into our stock. The appointment of Lycopodium, running the optimized feasibility, they're a great partner. They've got great credibility. They're making good progress, and we're on target. And of course, the finally, in our case, we, you know, with the pilot plant, we're going to demonstrate our capabilities. We're going to show our strength in the country, and we're going to try and use the production of that product for final qualifications, and with some of our future production capacity not yet under offtake. You know, we're looking to negotiate that placement of offtake with European offtakers in particular. They're very interested. As you said, there's a bit of a frantic move now to secure supply, and you know, we think that Arcadia and Prospect Resources very strong position as we tackle all of our near-term catalysts for value.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We're certainly looking forward to all the pieces coming together on this, and we'll be sure to report further. So thank you very much for taking the time, and Well, let's talk once there is the next piece of substantial news out. Thank you.
Thank you, Bjorn. There's a lot happening. So hopefully that'll be quite soon that we're back.